I know, right? We were even World War II fans like this person. I guess they still listen to music.
Get him.
It's cool. I can't believe people are still being fans of World War II guy, mustache man. That's pretty awesome, in a terrible way. So yeah, it's cool.
Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome in here to Talk Data to Me, a podcast that's literally about everything, from what you need to be texting your friends to what you probably need to be finding out for yourself. So we like to hopefully, kind of get through the muck and talk about the real ways that you can use this AI. Talk about the real ways that you could maybe even become an entrepreneur yourself, like we out here doing. We got a world-renowned author over here about to sell out his book. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I had to. I think I still got to battle credentials with people and everything too. I don't know if I told you I was live the other day talking about the book, and somebody came in here. They saw this because I had AI creator in it. Like they're like, "Oh, did the book write the AI?" I'm like, "Yes, 3 toasters plugged into the wall did it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for minimizing what I want to do."
All of my hard work, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, even if it did, then just if that's not what you like, then scroll on. Then you don't need to add because you wasn't gonna buy or do anything anyway. So that's how that kind of stuff is. So,
That's
but
interesting. It's kind of like what we were talking about last week. What do people say about ghostwriters? Are they really hard on authors? What about the people that are not writing their songs? And you have like 19 writers for a song right after the artist name. So let's be honest.
yeah. And like I said, I'm not gonna take opinions from World War II fans out there and others ignorant people and stuff like that. But they money still green. So there's a there's a market out there for you, the FBI. So and I gave you up on all and I am trolling YouTube. So I'm here. All right, well, cool, good for you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome everybody we're doing this live, a live podcast. This is Talk Data to Me, a live podcast with people who are in the content creation, technology world, financing, all that kind of stuff. Just regular people, just like you and myself out there, you're making our way through this stuff. Just make sure we don't miss out like we have did on things like YouTube in the early days or Gold or Beanie Babies. One of those things are very successful, or two of those things are. One of them is not. So, and we looking at trends and looking at different trends too that we got out there too. I'm here joined today with Crystal D of the Crystal D Nation, mamapreneur, the finance lady, and everything. Well, she's here too with me, Chicagojon. Chicagojon, song, writer. I'm not a songwriter yet. Writer of a book, content creator, technology specialist, all that kind of good stuff out there. Everything but a coach. So I'm not a coach, but you know, we're there. So we decided to get this podcast, this live, and do these things together, so we can go ahead and just this kind of helps her and ourselves, not only other people that we speak to. It helps us do this. You're on mute. You muted.
Can you hear that clicking?
I hear you now. I hear you now, but nothing else. So
No. I muted on purpose. You're clicking.
I'm clicking now. Maybe YouTube just don't want you to use it.
Oh, the mic.
Is it still
Yeah,
clicking?
you're right. It's gone now. No. Dang. What is it? What is it? Let me make sure.
Because
You're right. It's gone.
okay,
now.
they said, "Hey, lit
What is it?
Beanie Babies
We hear
will
no
forever have
clicking.
my love."
Let me make sure.
They said they're not hearing it. Okay, they said, "Hey, you hear it on what?" Because they said they're not here. Racist person music. Do you hear any clicking? I know you be honest because you're racist. So usually racist people are the most honest people.
They said they're not
I don't hear any clicking.
racist person music. It's
I think
okay.
somebody put a bomb in your house. So we do have 45 to 50 minutes to hurry up and do this podcast so you don't blow up. So hopefully we'll be able to go through and talk about the stuff that's happening this week. If she do blow up, I will be available for definitely a new co-host. So if she blows up, please put your applications out there for us. If she don't blow up, we you to see her next week. So, what is going on at the trending desk,
We always
Crystal?
talk about what you are, what's trending, what you're texting your friend, what you might need to know that you probably might have missed if it didn't come across your desk. We gonna send it to you in the text, right? So we actually were talking about a few different things as far as what is going on in the AI sphere. People are kind of tired of it, right? But the people that are making it are loving it, right? The AI slop people, they're upset. They're so happy that Sora's gone, right?
Yeah, they're
But the
always
people,
tired. I feel like they're tired because they're using such hard work to work on a 14-year painting of a circle that they'll never get finished and never sell to anybody. So I can understand they're having a little fatigue with AI just creating that little circle. But that's neither here nor there. And
you know,
I,
they're going to get left, it seems like, because AI content is not going anywhere. It's making content faster for people and more chaotic and louder, which goes with the trends right now of chaos gardening, chaos outside. It's chaos. So might as well use AI to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like you said, they like to call people fake
Thank you,
users,
Ari.
fake stuff,
Thank you,
just because
Alex.
you use it or whatnot. I know there was I was talking about my book earlier in here too, and somebody was asking like, was it AI? And they weren't really coming from a genuine place. Like if we was having a real conversation, that they were like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, okay, I'm interested to use something, blah blah blah." That's cool, But you can come out and try to accuse or just say it, depending on how you feel. Of course, somebody got to kind of I get give her attitude and pushback. So for the most part, if anything, we're tired of those people who can't mind their own business and stuff like that. They're tired of the people who just who
Ask people
I,
how many of them are not using a calculator when asked how many phone numbers do you remember? Quick, do
yeah.
932 times 398.
Let me ask them how many projects have they have completed or done. What are they doing?
Mm.
So mostly the time the people who are complaining are people who ain't doing stuff with their lives anyway or doing anything. Majority of the other people, I don't have time to complain. Unless we have a live and you just particularly ask me, so I gotta focus my energy on losing things of that nature. But when you're actually doing stuff and you are learning and you're helping others and you're doing more, you usually don't have time to hate. Haters, it takes up time. It's a skill. It's an effort skill, and that is something that AI cannot do. It will not be able to be a hater of things because it's due too much. And I mean, I would love to program my AI to, just have that type of energy. But
You can actually. I know a friend of mine that uses his AI and tells it to be his um, his snarky gay best friend and to really
okay,
read him the way that he needs to be read. Yeah. I love all these people coming in these fake names that are not real accounts just to shout us out. That is so cool. Thank you so much. We see you from UK. We got Scotland in the building. We got some Hollywood fans and some GPT fans. So you're definitely in the right place. We know that people, they don't trust content right now. They don't trust AI. And they usually trust more receipts. They trust people showing up consistently. So even if you're using AI for content, you AI twin yourself, maybe you made some faceless digital pages of not yourself, but for your actual business, you were getting burnt out because you hadn't used AI and you want to
mhm.
keep recording yourself and you see that people aren't really trusting AI. You're not using it to scam them. You're using it so you can teach them, so that you can become an authority on something, so that you can talk more about what you love. So don't let the haters hate on you not, doing it exactly the way they think and spending 45 hours on editing and then going into Photoshop and Adobe. Find the way that works for you, especially my mompreneurs out there. Okay, we ain't got that kind of time, and if we do, you probably need to go get a facial. Okay, cheers to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say thanks, mom, for that inspiration and that quote. Yeah. But you're right, using AI, using anything at your any tool that's available for us is it helps you with your content, helps you, with your business, it help you with anything out there that you're trying to have. So it does. So we did. So yes, we did notice it. Thank you for go ahead to that person page and report it and stuff like that. So that's great. Um, but yeah, so like I said, I remember we had the internet when the internet was out. People were hating on using the internet. I mean, everything is something new that comes out and give people extra lift. It does. But you know who don't complain? Millionaires, billionaires. People running stuff, those kind of people, they have already used it. They think that how can they use it to get every last penny, nickel, and dime out of each and everybody person. So while you're worried about the whole like making up fake ethics about the water and this, that, and the other, which everything should be cared about, but come on, like some things are just lies upon lies upon lies. Talking about like it take like 18 water bottles to make a sentence or a prompt or a question. Now that's tiring thinking about all that. But
Listen, and we're all down for the whatever is the best for everyone, right? I'm not saying that there shouldn't be rules around it. I actually think there should be more rules around it. But look at who's in charge. Do you think that that's what's going to happen right now? So for now, whee! And the entire world is going to run amok for a while. So you might as well, it's the purge out here, okay, as far as the internet is concerned. So you might want to take some of your money out the bank and you might want to put some of your ideas into the AI, okay?
mm,
And not financial advice, of course. Yes, we do see it, Rockstar. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for y'all keeping the chat past these haters in the chat. I know a lot of y'all join us on the podcast. You're not here live. So just so you know, we staying on our toes in here. We got a lot of improv practice as we do these podcasts live because you just never know who's going to come up into the chat. So thank you so much for all the love, past all the hate. That's what they say we need to do. Okay.
yeah, so what you want to also not pass on certain posts and things. I saw, you brought up something about social media and what they're starting to look at too for qualifying what pass for them and things that a lot of adjustments are being made on what people are saving when it comes down to these social media sites as far as like YouTube, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of it. It's really not about like who's watching or the views. It's about what's being saved or who's saving what. And that's what they are going to have these new metrics of what they want, what's more important. They feel that if people are saving your videos or saving your stuff, you're going to come back to it, and which makes watchability, which keep them on their site, which one make them want to promote you. So not just making things just for a comment or for viewing, but making it where people are actually engaging beyond commenting, but engaging by coming back to it, wanting to share it to real people to make more and connect with more people. So when you're making that, just think about that kind of stuff too. Now, some people, like I said, Crystal and I, or I can at least speak for myself. But when you are making the videos, you look at it, you try to do what's best for you and your audience without looking at others. But you see other people who just go on, pull up a video, start talking, and everybody loved it, everybody saves it, everybody shares that, and then you're like, all right, look, I'm gonna have a point of this or that. I'm gonna come in with this,
I'm going to get my
educating
hook,
my
a
hook. Yeah,
CTA at the end.
everybody look at it like, what the hell you doing? Like, like I'm not watching this. I'm not
4
watching this.
views.
Yeah. And that's one thing I did learn too about it. Even my own videos have been doing really well on TikTok and Instagram and everything, even on my other channels that I got for YouTube. I've noticed a difference in my creativity. But at the same time, because I'm informing and having these thoughts, I'm not really giving a person I want to make sure I'm still adding my own personality into it. And some people want to follow somebody who's like against something, that's like I can get behind that person, even though the person's saying it. That they don't want middle of the road. Sometimes they do. They want it just for information. But if you want people to truly like follow you for a community, you got to have your hot takes about what you need to say or say something against the grain or what are you talking about. So I'm gonna have to get into that. I know how I am. Now, if y'all really want to let me let loose and just going off about what I said and think, I think I'll definitely be a Jake Paul or something of that issue. But other than that, like it's kind of hard, when you're retraining yourself to do all that stuff. And I think that naturalness. What about you? How are you finding yourself out?
I think it's really funny we talk about training ourselves because you know what we were going to talk about next, which is our baby boo saying bye, bye, bye. Sora.
So
Ah,
yeah,
Sora.
so
Our love hate
uh,
relationship with this app, y'all. If you didn't get on while you could get on, you missed it because they took it away as fast as they brought it out. I mean, has it been a year? I don't even.
not yet.
I don't even
Maybe,
know,
but
honestly. Yeah. Because also you could do Sora inside of your chat GPT, and a lot of people weren't using it then. Um, I don't know, but it's just interesting to like think about the workflows that you felt like you were figuring out. And all of a sudden you got to pivot. Shout out in the chat if you know what that's from. Okay. And that's the lesson. That's the lesson. A lot of us didn't save our work. A lot of us didn't have a workflow. We weren't even all the way set up. And now we've got to change, right? So I am definitely in that boat. So we say it about the platforms, we say it about everything. We don't technically own our data, they own it, right? So we get as close to owning our own as we can. So, did you download all your stuff? Did you write your prompts down? Do you have it somewhere that you can access and not just kind of in a yellow notepad somewhere, screenshotted somewhere? Y'all know who you are. You know you got screenshots all over the place and you ain't organized and you ain't in no Notion. Okay. So think about how you would access your stuff if an app just went down, how you would access the community that you're building. A lot of us have talked about whether or not we're going to get on an email, Substack, Patreon. What if TikTok goes down? What if YouTube goes down? You're not able to talk to your community and maybe sell your offer and how your business runs. So think about your workflow. This isn't just experimenting if this is your business. So
yeah.
how am I? I don't know.
And we definitely have preached it. I know I preached it to all my other people. Even if you are doing well on one site, are you still keeping it for your own self? I have plenty of friends who've had websites where everything went down and they couldn't get anything out of it, or they lost a lot of media. So, I've learned watching that with others. So you gotta make sure you do take care of yourself. And when it comes to the store, as of right now, the window may be open, but this thing can just stop any day. They can just shut it down right now. And if you didn't take all your stuff out of there by this time, then hey, it'd be a lost memory, lost thing, trapped on some kind of rich person island server that you will never be able to get ever in life, unless it get hacked. So, yeah.
Which apparently everybody can get hacked because thanks to our government, Iran is hacking random people all over the place, not just our government and the administration. But that's for another podcast at another time. What we are talking about.
Let them hack the banks and all that stuff. Like, why don't they ever hack the
Listen,
real
don't
estate?
let them hack the banks. You are not going to have your money either.
But damn, let it blow up the
If
bank.
all the money is gone, okay. But I can't have it that the rich billionaires and us lose our money. Take the billionaires' money and start putting it into other
Let it
people's
all start from
accounts.
zero. Blow it all. Hack the planet.
Listen, if we're going the net like Sandra Bullock version, we need to make sure that we end up like those top people next time, though. Like, hang on. When things topple, sometimes they mess up with the flip on the rebrand. Okay,
I
that's what
think
we want to make sure of.
I
I ain't
think
no
you'd be all right.
Katniss. Okay.
Crystal definitely will be all right. I can see her eating a person and stuff like that, and like this is 45 ways to fillet a person.
Listen, 4 to 5 different ways that you chop and your zucchini that we are growing in our garden. Okay, we are making sure that we are seed banking because we ain't eating no people. Okay, but Chicago John here is signing us up. That's another key shift that you're noticing from people.
Now that
Self-sustaining.
recipe is not in my book either. The Big Mama Big Bag book of recipe of secrets. Big Mama did not do any cannibalism, or
They
she's
say she
against it.
put her foot in it. That won't it. That won't.
You know what? I want to keep my recipe, my novel and recipe book away from Crystal. So, but if you want to listen to it, if you don't want to listen to the screams of your victims in a pot as you cooking them, it is available for audiobook as well. So you can go to the Beacon and check it out and download it for your audiobook. So
So go ahead and take that action, just like AI is out here acting for so many companies right now. We talk about the trend desks and the trend texts that you send into your friends, but AI reality is that they've been using AI, y'all. Yeah,
yeah.
you might have just started using ManyChat, but they've been using AI for a long time now. Morgan Stanley or Visa allowing AI agents to initiate payments. This is a whole new world. Oh, I forgot they don't like the black area. Okay, but to shift,
We ain't gonna judge you on that. So
listen. I haven't even drank my tea yet. Don't judge me on the. Y'all want to come hear the music? Okay, you got to come over to my page. I'll hit it. I'll hit it correctly. YouTube don't even like our microphones over here. Okay, so you
hell
got to give me.
no. If you hum the wrong way and if it sounds on key, YouTube would demonetize this in a second. So
Listen, AI is not just an advantage. People are literally building around it. And if you are not on the boat, you are going to get left. So we are here to make sure that you're not confused. And if you are, put some questions in the comments down at the bottom. If you're not watching us live, put them in the comments at the bottom of this episode. The chat, the comments, wherever you can talk to us. We're on all the platforms. Chicagojon and Chris D. That's me. Chris D creates. We talking about money, the moves, the AI, and how you're using it in your actual reality. Now, a lot of us have been using it to make recipes and figure out how we're gardening, and our friend John here figured out how he could save money with a couple of his bills. So if you think that the only way that you can use it is if you have a business and landscaping and you're looking for clients to sell, then I am going to let you know. Come on in here. You got to jump on the bandwagon while the website is still available to us here in America. Okay. Sorry,
yeah,
America.
so yeah, so you were talking about the visa and everything like that. A lot of these companies are going to start using these AI agents. I mean, they already use people overseas for certain things too. So I've spoken with a few AI agents, for a hotel stay, and they have an accent. They have inflections. They have everything. You can, if you're not listening, you'll probably be tricked out. Like I said, if you're an older person, like my grandmother and stuff, I'm pretty sure you would never know the difference. I think you have to have a keen eye. Now, some people, they want to pride themselves on knowing exactly when AI is involved with it, which as we're gonna keep every day we go, it'll get better and so much better where you're not gonna know which way to go or how to feel and stuff like that. So,
And
but
I totally agree because they're getting smarter. Even just, we both have the GMAs at home and the house phone. And when I answer the phone, to hear that they make it sound like they're in an office so that there's background noise and other people talking
mhm.
before they speak and the type. I'm like, y'all really did get good. Yes. But in the same vein, I don't know how much of that is old systems versus new systems, what they're using inside of the places, and like we said, there are total industries that probably still have to go around something like compliance or HIPAA or, things that we don't know much about, but for the industries that we're in and that most of our community members are in, you could be using it right now, like ManyChat, things like that, to respond to people. I know I talked to a lot of people in the sales aspect of their businesses. The follow up is usually the number one thing that people drop. So why not have something automate your first follow up, your first touch, the second touch, or your cold call, or your DMs, or a lot of us are out here learning how they are making apps to just reach out and do it for you. So just because you are creating content or you want to be your own brand, it doesn't mean that you can't use some of this to make your life easier. And if you think you're just a stay at home mom or that you are just a live host, manager, author, there is no place that you cannot use this. Okay. It's just figuring out the actual performance and the systems. And if you want it automated, or if you're loving that you actually give individual service or individual one-on-one time. Like Porsche is out here telling people that they are not AI. They are making sure you know that the luxury brand is allowing for a one-on-one, you know, touch point of sale. Thank you so much for topping in the. Oh, Zohai is back in the chat. We
Zohar
love
back,
it.
y'all.
Thanks for coming back. We always take suggestions. Current topic, we're talking about how AI, the money moves of right now, and honestly, like what everyone saw this week. So we just started talking about the trends. I see Zohai says that he thinks that Microsoft will plan to launch Windows 12 this year. I am not on my Windows at all anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're on the Mac, so
I
a
miss it.
lot of people. No, you don't. You have plenty of time to get a Mac. Yeah, she had plenty of time to get a what you call it back, and she did not. But when it comes down to Microsoft, and look at this, I got a Microsoft shirt. So I used to work there. So that's why I got all my little Microsoft tchotchkes and things. So if you guys ever see that, where just know I was there. I was there before the big releasing of everybody because they had too much money. So if that happened. So we even got people like Dr. Jazzberry talking about that they hope Windows 12 doesn't have a lot of bugs. What is Microsoft without bugs? Dr. Jazzberry, they're gonna try their best, but we all know they can't. These tech companies cannot help but having the bugs. I'm planning to run a stripped version of Windows 10 to reduce the RAM and the CPU load. Man, I'm telling you, these computers, these systems, they need to have a better way of their processing. Even when it comes to the phone, my iPhone, having TikTok on my phone, you need to be like in a warm, cool, I mean, not a warm, a cool place. If you take this bad boy outside your house and you want to talk on TikTok or be in the sun for 2 seconds, your phone will turn into a nuclear battery because these processing and it doesn't know where to put all this extra compute power. It's computing all this stuff in these tiny devices, and then you got your laptops that overfill. And then some of these people who have laptops, it is feel bad for them because they're trying to run everything live streaming multiple stuff, and that thing you can tell those things are overclocking themselves. That's why a lot of these if anybody do okay are people who do these retro gamers, like the ones that play Pokemon or Final Fantasy turn-based game, because you don't need to have a lot of stuff running those things. You can just like, hey, it's nostalgia, right? So nostalgia is definitely the way with it. But it's true that launching a PlayStation 6 and other release of Grand Theft Auto 6, I can totally believe that. Hey, y'all, when we get into the gaming part, so yeah, Zohai, he one of my good content guys over here. He talked about how they're supposed to be launching PlayStation 6 with the Grand Theft Auto 6. That sounds, that's a marketing. That's some kind of a marketing genius right there. To launch the two together, yeah, that's gonna happen. I can see that. Uh, I'm using a 12 MacBook, something lightweight and not demanding. Good thing about Windows, unlike Linux, they have best drivers, Intel 4000 GPU, which is weak. So yeah, it can be. Yeah. So the Mac is a good system, but it's just because it's so limited sometimes, and you got to do a little workaround so you can do your streaming and your gaming for. There's so many people. I meet so many people here on TikTok and on social media who want to stream, but they don't have a. They only have a Mac. They got this $5,000 Mac, and we got to think of these ways for them to go ahead and run this stuff through. So while she's gone, we're gonna go talk about the next. She actually had the next up. The robot taxis. I don't know if you guys know about the robot taxis that are out, the Huawei, all the different ones. They are the self-driving cars. Are you afraid to get in a self-driving car? Me personally, I'm not afraid to get in a self-driving car. If something happens, then something happened in regular. Have you been in regular drivers? Okay, some people that can't drive already. So the Huawei's with the self-driving car problem, it's coming, but I think we'll be all right. Um, you know, I think if anything, if anybody wants the self-driving car not to be a thing for everybody, will be the car insurance company. Because I would love to see how they would be able to stay in business if everybody had a self-driving car and then the car was driving by itself. What purpose would we need for a car insurance company. I mean, besides the car going crazy and coming to life and like, jumping through walls or whatever like that. But if there's no human driving anymore, what would be the point of having car insurance? Or paying, like, I mean, I guess you would pay for car insurance just in case your company, in case you're a Tesla or whatever futuristic car would, go on about. But they make money off of regular people. So the thing about self-driving cars is that it may be good at driving, but they aren't good at prepare for bad drivers on the road. Exactly. So until they eliminate people driving altogether, that would be a thing. Yeah. If we were able to make a highway just for AI driving or self-driving,
I'm sure that's
or
coming.
yeah,
What
even
just
though
happened actually overseas? There was a big pileup or a big something happened overseas with the driving cars, self-driving cars in China.
I don't know, but like I do agree with Zohan. The biggest problem against, in my opinion, about the self-driving car, because I don't really know, I haven't done too much research, but it would have to be other people, other individuals. The
Right.
self-driving car just assume that everybody doing what they're supposed to do. So w-
I'm trying to
uh,
find it because I saw it not long ago that something happened with um, robot taxis in Wuhan stopped traffic and had a complete system failure. So just reminds us that autonomy is not completely gone. So, and they have implemented more. Your robot that's cooking and cleaning, they've got it. They've actually put it in people's homes. China is way ahead of us as far as robotics.
oh,
In
as far as
inside.
and as far as AI, AI usage, China definitely loves to use AI. It's not a problem with it. They love, even the older people.
Same so
The
high.
older people are using it. Younger people are using it too. There's not really too much of a pushback from the way the Chinese think about it. I would love to see which one is the top AI hating countries out there. I would assume that it'd be America for number one. But if somebody beat America in hatred for AI, it got to be America. But the most adaptive, I think, is definitely China for the most part because they understand it. They already know that's part of the superpower of getting going. So
I think it said something like, and of course they're talking about the robots in um like the factories manufacturing, right? But they are something like 5 times the rest of the world. Um and what they'll have by 2026. I mean, at the end of this year, would most could possibly be nearly 10 times the US. But we ain't focused on all that. We already know that the US ain't focused on that side. Sadly, sad but true. We talk about that a lot as far as what we could use it for and how we can use it in our own life, because what other people are doing with it, what the government is doing with it, we can't necessarily change. You can have and make change, but whether or not that's happening this very second versus you planning, your weekly workout and your meal prep, but that's probably a little easier for you to dive into. But hey, I also used an infographic to figure out every single congressman phone number for my area. So you never know what it might help you with on both sides. Oh, Gen 4. Okay, so it's I don't know as much about the Wi-Fi Zohai as I do about the AI side. I can hear you. Yeah.
and five is Australia.
There
And
you go.
now here we go. Number four is Italy, and Italy is they a little bit about that because half the adults are using it, but they're concerned about AI. Number three is the Netherlands. They see AI more beneficial than harm. Only 36% see it beneficial. So Netherlands. Number four, Canadians. They are little brothers. Of course, they want to copy and that kind of stuff too. Um, and then number one, which is nobody's surprise, is we always number one. Is if it's negative, we're number one. Is United States. 50% of Americans feel more concerned about AI. Uh, you know, and only 10% compared to 10% of who feel excited about it. But yeah, America is definitely the number one. Now, the number one most positive towards AI is not China. It is India, according to this research is done. And I'm being runner ups is China, Indonesia, Thailand, and Thailand. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And, yeah, and it would make sense about
Maybe
these
all
other,
those boxing robots? Sorry.
yeah, sure. Sure. And Indonesia and Thailand, that's really cool to know that they probably, expect they want to have an opportunity to kind of move up and understand this stuff too. So,
I'm over here
uh,
laughing because Zohai is asking if AI is replacing you or if you would be a cyborg. You know he would be a cyborg. He's actually talked about it and how he plans on being it. So you were right on the money there.
man, I would even do that to Crystal. Just cyborg her up. I can't wait. She'll be passing by. So,
That's all he wants is the
Colin,
brain anyway. Let's be honest. We just want to take people's ideas and turn them into $2.1 million digital products. Speaking of
definitely
digital
don't want the
products,
brain.
if your ad if your ad revenue is unreliable, if the brand deals are inconsistent, if you just feel instability, come in here. Don't just talk to Chicagojon and Chris D, okay? Go in there and talk to Chat GPT. Put your website in, put your ideas in there, put the fact that these kids are driving you crazy and you can't figure out what to do without the screens, for instance. Put whatever it may be for your life and see if it can help you. Back to you, John.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what the kind of the break. See, that's why I would delete the brain. She wants the brain. I don't want to hear this robot going crazy. Like, I don't want to listen to me. Beep, boop, bop. I don't need all that.
Laundry,
Just
laundry.
I can. I'm just. I'll take. I got plenty of other brains to throw up in there. But well, yeah.
Zohai, don't give
So
him any more compliments, okay? His head is big enough. Thank you. No, Zohai is in here edifying our friend Chicagojon as they should, excuse me. And make sure that you are doing that. Give your friends your flowers while you still can. If you out here teaching and building and in community with people, sometimes they just need to hear an okay, and maybe perhaps you follow them, and follow them back and maybe engage on their content. Back to you, Chicagojon.
okay. So
Listen, we're talking about automation, performance, the systems. A lot of us don't have systems because we started in here being like, I'm going to be a content creator. Look at my food. Look at the place that I went. Look at my pretty outfit. So the money is a little slow and you don't really know how to concentrate and you're not sure where you're supposed to be making it. So go into ChatGPT and talk to her about it. Talk to them about it. Whoever you have made it, okay? Did you give your ChatGPT a name? I forgot to ask you. Does she have a whole persona?
no. I don't name the help. Are you out your mind? You crazy? No.
Excuse him, y'all.
No, excuse me. It's a machine. It's a robot. It does all this other stuff. Not.
You probably
No,
don't even say
why?
please and thank you. Rude.
You're not even supposed to.
I heard
You're
that.
supposed to act like a slave master when you talk to it. So you talk to yours like a
Listen, Black
slave
people.
too.
No, I certainly don't say. I say please and thank you enough.
Now you be screaming and stuff. You go Karen-fied. You Karen-fied off of. I've heard. I've been in a room with you talking to it. You're like nah, 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 nah.
Listen, sometimes Alexa needs to be sunned. She is rude.
She's She's just like a white woman slave owner. Act like they didn't do nothing. Women was oppressed too, but you out there doing the oppression as well. Come on now.
Black people, please listen. Just because the freckles are there, don't listen to him, okay? We are
Why
one.
why
We
you
are
calling out the
one
black
people.
people? This is a regular conversation. They got nothing to do with just black people, okay?
You,
So
as soon as you start talking about enslaved, we gonna be up in there, okay?
I didn't put a color in the slaves.
Listen,
There's
you know
all
what?
types
We're
of
about to
slaves.
get canceled. We've only been on for a
All right.
couple weeks. So let's just go ahead.
Okay,
And Zohai says that his actual blood would travel through the Bluetooth. And I think that is so freaking awesome. And we need to see if Chad has already come up with that. Listen, y'all, we are always talking about the money, the moves, how you can actually use this AI in your reality. There's shifting, there's direct monetization. People are owning their own ecosystems because they see these apps and things just literally shutting down. And then we also see the markets reacting to it. We know that people are using AI in the back end. You don't think they're using it to trade and the financial markets in the stock market? Come on. So if you haven't even remotely found out what AI could do, what it may make, and you also don't know about a certain industry or a certain skill you want to have, now's the time. This is the fastest way to learn. And it's like someone like Chicagojon can tell you that that's why he got his book made, because he was able to just tell AI to write it. That's right, John?
Absolutely. Yeah. I took my AI and I threw it in a room full of old black women in a nursery and tell them to tell these stories about the southernness and recipes and all that stuff. And they were all just gathered together, just like, ooh, and the AI
Right over
just
the pond
gave
in New
that,
Orleans, and
yeah,
that's how it came up with the book. It was
yeah,
definitely
that's
not from
exactly how.
lived experience in any way.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
it was just
We just
all
want to
just,
make that
AI,
clear.
tell me something. Tell me about my black sister. All right, just go ahead and hit me with that AI.
You know what? That's just winning. Thank you so much for your honesty, at least. There are ghost writers, and now there are AI chat GPT writers. So get in here if you didn't know. Come in and talk data to me. See, cut that, make that the ending. What are we doing this week? We're talking about the leverage. What leverage plays are we telling the people? Because we know that they are so, so sad about their Sora. But, tools disappear, access changes. So, what are you going to do? Do you actually diversify your workflow? Where are you at? Are you on 19 other video creators? Have you just stopped making AI videos altogether?
Yeah, I did kind of stop making a video. Um, yeah, like I said, it was cool, definitely cool. I made, I think the last one I made was it's just a funny thing off the top of my head kind of thing. But it served its purpose. And like I said, there are other ones out there. I mean, if you can tell by that Love Island person who was actually, I guess, a kid or something like that. I don't know. They had a face reveal and they said like the person who it was like some young kid. He was crashing
Really?
out to and stuff like that. It's like a
Look
whole
at
like
this.
lore behind it. I'm assuming. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to see what his face was like.
Hmm, hmm.
So, but I mean, the Love Feudal Island. I knew it was a kid. It was definitely a guy. A lot of people were shocked that it was a guy and stuff. They thought it was, because he had so much insight on that Love Island stuff. But he was probably like a kid like myself who, been trapped watching Love and Hip Hop or something with your mother at one point, and you just know by osmosis. A lot of these things you watch shows with your wives or girlfriends, and vice versa for the women too. You think of your own funny, silly version of it. It's a concept of people on an island loving each other. I've never even seen it. Of all the AI stuff I've seen with the cats, with the cheating animals, the cheating cats, the cheating fruit, the cheating coffee, the cheating all that, I've never seen the Love Island thing. So I didn't understand how it was doing so super well. But that's not just because I didn't see it. That don't mean it didn't exist.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
I've turned on the popular. There is popular mode on your TikTok that you can see without having your without seeing your FYP. And you will see things on the popular thing of TikTok. You're like, I've never seen none of this. I would never see none of this stuff in the world. So if you do it, I do use a bit of Gemini. And so Zoha says he's using Gemini now. It's good for with confirming it. If you need help fixing the tech, like your Nintendo 360 short. You know what? I want to see about using it for gaming and things of that nature because I used Claude last week when I was doing the final touches of my book audio, a Big Mama Big Bad Book of Secrets, out today in the my beacons and anywhere you can Google it. But the audio book is available. Go to my beacon, available for download right away. But there was a thing trying to put it on Audible, and when you put it on Audible, it wanted you to edit it and have adjust the tone of it a bit. My assistant, she was about to, throw her head through the window because she was following the rules that ChatGPT gave her or Claude gave her. No, I think Chat. Anyway, one of the ChatGPT gave her, and she followed it, and it still was not working. She did it to the T. She was stressing herself, straining herself. And I took it upon myself to just throw it in the Claude and see what happened. So I threw mine in the Claude, and Claude cleaned it up right away. It said, "Oh yeah, we can clean it," and it cleaned it. Now, granted, I don't know the Claude got the whole audiobook now. If somebody asks for it, will it just give it to them, whatever like that? I don't know. What the
Mhm.
logistics of it? Who knows? But who
Who
cares
knows?
at this
But
point? I
we,
just
yeah,
want it.
we don't care. It worked.
I just
Some of
want to
this
get it
stuff we just
done.
gotta go, wee.
Yeah, so it did do it though. It fixed all 21 of my um thing. So it made me realize when I was doing, when I had my R games and stuff like that. And Zoha, you know what I'm talking about. So those are kind of R games from certain consoles, and you would need a certain device or you need to get it converted in a certain way. So I'm like, man, Clock can probably do that too. You can just toss it in there, and it'll make it to the file that you need it to be, or to unzip it to the zip that it needs to be, or rewrite it in that kind of way, which you can do it, but you'll have to download it, have the programs on it. But Clark did it. It did it right away. So it did all, like I said, it did all 10 of them before it ran. And that's what, that's what we'll talk about next week as well, too. Um, the usage, token,
Why it always
token
got to be about
conversation.
tokens? And
It's always the Drakes. But yes, the token.
listen, we getting out of here, y'all. We gonna talk about tokenism next time. But if you did miss why AI tools are temporary, if your infrastructure is not permanent, if you didn't realize that these social platforms are just a certain way for you to reach out to your community and they are not your end all be all, then let's make sure that you are taking advantage of these systems that we are learning. We are in no way your coaches, okay? But we have no problem telling the people all of the research that we have been doing for ourselves. And hopefully you can take the nuggets, take the crystals, and use them in your own career or, wherever.
I like that.
If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
using it
So
for
if
your
you
Chipotle order, we ain't mad at it, okay?
So yeah, go ahead and get those crystal gems out there. Get those the Windy City Chicago knowledge. Follow us on all our platforms out there here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to her, go ahead and get a subscription. She's on the road to get to 500 subscribers. So if you can help get her there, that'd be great. I'm on my way of 4,000 watch hours, so I got to go back and make videos. So I'm sorry about my slowdown on it. My editor, he lost his stuff in the fire, like just like all good editors. So I'm gonna have to go back and do it myself. Some people may want to see me do it myself, so that's fine. You do need to do it yourself. So I'll be working on that tomorrow. But if you guys want to get in contact with us, you guys can always all our information in our bios, our beacons, our just type our names. You can find us. We're everywhere. But if you do know any other content creators or that kind of stuff that want to collaborate with us, or if you just want a person who need a one-on-one and just to kind of go, we have all the information coming in. What Zilhan said before we go, if a YouTuber focused on outdoor content like camping and magnet fishing would be the best thing to keep their video engagement. I think the whole process of it. Now you got me going. So like I said, that's something we definitely catch me on my we got to we go live again or on TikTok. But I answer you, Zohan, because you've been great. If you are a YouTuber and you are talking about that stuff, people enjoy the beginning to the end. So people want to enjoy, how are you, what are you teaching them about? And even if they aren't going to do it, they want to see that process about what is magnet fishing. So that's a video in itself, what magnet fishing is. Then you show an example of magnet fishing. Then you show how much fun it is. That's 1, 2, 3. You got a beginning, middle, and end of a video about it. And then you can do another video about different types of magnet fishing and how all that kind of stuff too. So people will definitely watch it. It may
And
take
we
a little
always
bit.
say that whatever you think was the best part at the end, slip it, cut it, write it at the beginning, right? You want to hook them in and probably re-engage them within the middle of the video. If they were asking you like, oh, how'd you do that? Oh, what was that? That's what you would want to highlight. And like you said, some action shots of you actually doing it. And then you put your long form over here, like we're going to do right now, and make our edits. So thank y'all so much for coming in. Zohai, we're actually going to be live over on the across the street platforms, like it says up here. So if you are on TikTok or TikTok or any of the other platforms, our names are the same. But we got some haters in the chat, so we go hang it up here. But make sure you always come back on Wednesdays to talk data to me. And shout out to Zohai for coming back. This is multiple weeks in a row right now. So we're going to make sure to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our people that are listening that when we're not live, and for our friends that keep coming back and keeping the chat hot during the week. Thank you so much. And we'll see you Talk Data to Me next Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST. Love ya.
All right. Take care. And we'll be back for you again too, Zohan. So we got you, so let's catch you out. All right. Take care, y'all. Peace. Oh, and that's really yes. Yeah.